My name is Valentina Agudelo. I am the CEO of Salva Health. Our first product, Julieta, is an AI-powered device that provides affordable and accessible early detection of breast cancer, especially for women in underserved communities.
Good morning, I'm Valentina, founder and CEO of Salva Health. We're on a mission to save lives through early disease detection. Our first product is a portable and powered by AI screening device for breast cancer, specifically designed for underserved populations. By the way, the shirtless man beside me is intended to be there, no need to call security. Let's go to the demo for a minute. While I present, my partner Andres will be running a full screening for breast anomalies on our volunteer. We will come back to them at the end. Now let's go back to the slides. Breast cancer is the leading cause of death by cancer amongst women worldwide. And this is even more alarming in developing countries. Globally, up to 70% of breast cancer-related deaths occur in developing countries due to late diagnostics that happens in up to 60% of cases. And unfortunately, this causes the survival rate to drop from 90% to 30%. Early detection saves lives. Yet in many regions, access to screening exams is a luxury due to their high costs, requirement of specialized infrastructure and personnel, and even for women that do have physical access, the pain, the discomfort, and the general fear that they endure make it impossible for them to get regular screenings. In Colombia, for example, less than 5% of women undergo regular preventive checkups. And that is where our puzzle at Salva began. If women are not able to reach the exams, then the exams must reach the women. And it is with this objective in mind that we have developed the product Julieta, a portable and painless screening exam that allows us to offer any woman, anywhere, a chance of a timely diagnosis. Our device is able to detect healthy and unhealthy tissue, so we can identify the women that are at risk of breast cancer and have them prioritized for proper diagnosis and treatment. Julieta is a breakthrough in accessibility. It eliminates all current access barriers by providing a radiation-free and painless screening that can be performed anywhere. It is a non-invasive and highly portable device that doesn't require specialized operators because it is powered by AI, and that can deliver results in under 5 minutes, which makes it ideal for rural clinics and community healthcare centers. And it is also cost-effective to produce, which guarantees its accessibility and affordability. Over the past 5 years, we've partnered with Sura, one of the largest insurance companies in Latin America, to develop Julieta. We have screened over 2,300 women in 11 different healthcare centers in 4 cities, and we have achieved an impressive 82% accuracy, which makes our screening comparable to traditional screening exams. Our team is our strongest asset. Salva Health is composed of 12 experts, amongst professionals in AI, hardware, software, and business development, as well as a high-level advisory board and group of allies. Each member contributes specialized knowledge for Julieta's development, from product design to regulatory compliance. We have already filed for patents on our device, and we're waiting for a regulatory approval in Colombia so we can pilot launch in Colombia and Mexico in early 2025. Additionally, we're already working towards FDA approval, which will expand our market opportunities to include developed countries that can also benefit from offering a more comfortable solution at a fraction of the current cost. However, to fully launch, we need funding to grow our operations team, expand production, and finish filing all the legal and regulatory processes. This will allow us to scale quickly across Latin America and beyond. With the Colombian regulation alone, we are looking to expand to 6 countries with a market size of about 100 million women. Combined with FDA, we are looking at 17 countries with over 1 billion women to be screened. That's where Julieta's impact comes in. Our business model is designed for scalability. We operate a hardware-as-a-service model, primarily working with insurance companies. This allows us to distribute our devices to healthcare centers without the burden of acquisition costs. We then charge the insurance companies per screening, remaining in control of our devices to guarantee their quality and continuous improvement of our algorithms. This model not only makes breast screening affordable, but also guarantees that Julieta remains accessible for women that need it the most. At Salva, we developed Julieta because we believe that all women deserve the chance to start the battle against breast cancer on time and with dignity. The time is now for innovation in early detection. Healthcare systems worldwide are shifting towards more effective and scalable solutions, and Julieta fits perfectly within this trend. Now let's go back to the shirtless man. Let's switch to the demo. While I was presenting, Julieta was able to run a full screening on our volunteer, including validating for electrode connectivity and successful data transfer. It then uploaded that data to our AI where it was interpreted, and the process finalized with a screening result that has already been securely stored in the patient's profile. For the time being, congratulations. You present no significant risk of breast cancer and are cleared to go home. We look forward to having you back for your next visit in 6 to 12 months. Now let's come back to the slides. Julieta is an opportunity to revolutionize breast cancer detection. It is not just a device. It is a lifeline. A solution to a global problem backed by a rigorous team and a clear path to scale. Join us so we can give all women and men the chance to win the battle against breast cancer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Salva Health. Thank you for rolling with some technical issues on our end. You clearly know your presentation very well. Judges, what questions do we have?
Valentina, congratulations. That was for most memorable demo, as well as a really impressive presentation without your slides. It's really cool to see you innovating in this space. That's so important. I'm curious, with your business model, what incentivizes the insurance companies that you're partnering with to want to drive up screenings if you're charging per screenings?
So that is a very good question. Right now, since breast cancer is one of the prioritized diseases for treatment and for screening worldwide, insurance companies must provide alternatives for screening. Right now, the alternatives are usually mammograms or ultrasounds. Those are extremely expensive screenings to do. We incentivize insurance companies to use Julieta, that is at least a fifth of the current price of a mammogram, to screen the entire population, and then only pass for a mammogram those people that we identify as at risk. If we use this model, let's say if Julieta costs a fifth of what a mammogram costs, which is what we're expecting right now, and we screen 100% of the population with it, the women that we then have to screen with a mammogram will still find a cost efficiency for the insurance company of about 66%. And then if we increase the frequency of Julieta's screenings to a mammogram, let's say we do 1 to 2 screenings, for example, we're looking at still a 40% decrease in costs for the insurance company directly.
What motivated you to build in this space?
That's a great question. The entire project is inspired in 2 of my best friend's moms. They both had cancer, and while we were thinking about a project for university 6 years ago, they were going through treatments, and we decided that we wanted to research it. And when we started looking into breast cancer, we realized that breast cancer mortality is almost ironic. Breast cancer has a survival rate above 90% when it is diagnosed at early stages, yet it is the leading cause of death by cancer in women. What this told us is that breast cancer is not a medical problem anymore. Doctors know how to treat breast cancer if we give them time to do so. This is an operational problem, and it is our responsibility as entrepreneurs to solve it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you talk about your traction numbers? And like healthcare is very different like in the US and in other countries. So a lot of times like the solutions that work here don't work somewhere else, or like it works somewhere else and doesn't work here. I'd love to like hear your thinking about, is the solution like better suited for the US, for outside of the US, or it doesn't matter?
Right, so that's a great question, and it kind of ties into the insurance company question. We do know that the healthcare systems work extremely different in country to country, so we are aware that we have to kind of adopt our business model as we expand. What we have identified right now is that we have one payer, let it be an insurer, a service provider, or the patient itself, and then we distribute the devices to the healthcare centers only to charge per insurance companies. In the US, for example, it would make more sense perhaps not to go through the public line of insurance companies, although that would be our goal, but it is a long-term achievement. We would be looking into maybe private insurers or out-of-pocket payments for patients. In Colombia, for example, because we already have a link with Sura, which is one of the largest insurance companies, we are looking for public insurers directly. And this model with Sura can be expanded across Latin America because they also have markets in other countries as well.
Can I piggyback
Did
off?
that answer the question?
It did. The second part, yes. But how, like, I'd love to like hear about your current traction numbers. Like, what are the things that
Right.
give you most confidence?
So right now we have screened over 2,300 patients in 11 different healthcare centers in 4 cities in Colombia. This research partnership with Sura allows us to screen women across the country, which is how we have also tested our operations. So we know how to expand, we know how the logistics works, the distribution. We already tested our device in multi-ethnic women and men, so that we can guarantee that the quality of the readings is as efficient. And right now we are looking to expand through pilot programs. We have one committed pilot in Colombia for early 2025 and one in Mexico with 14 different clinics in 3 different cities in Mexico as well.
I was going to piggyback and ask rough timeline on FDA approval, and then for out-of-pocket costs, rough ballpark of what that would be.
Right, so the regulatory approval that we're looking for right now, it's called INVIMA, that's the Colombian regulatory approval, and it is part of the regionally recognized authorities from the Pan-American Health Society. That essentially what it means is that the FDA recognizes the process of validation for efficiency, security, and quality that the INVIMA does when they are giving us their certification. We are looking to receive the final approval of the INVIMA in early so let's say January, February of next year, and we will be submitting those files for the FDA, hopefully getting FDA approval at the end of 2025. In fact, just last week we got approved in Colombia for medical device manufacturing, which is the first step of that 2-step validation in Colombia. All of our clinical trials are already approved, and we're just waiting for commercialization at this point. And in fact, if I can complement that for a minute, the INVIMA regulation alone, because it is one of the regionally recognized authorities, it actually unlocks markets in 6 different countries in Latin America. So just as we get approved for Colombia, we will be approved for Mexico, Chile, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Peru right then, which is why we can do the pilot in both countries at once to validate our expansion strategy, and then have it validated with the partner regulators.
Okay, give it up for Salva Health.